Well, good afternoon and good morning, depending where you're located right now. It's that sweet spot between morning and afternoon. So if you're on the West Coast, good morning. If you're in Central and Eastern, good afternoon. And if you're all across the world, then I don't know what to say other than welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy you're here for an impromptu, that's right, unplanned impromptu live stream right here. And you're wondering, you're probably wondering, wait a second, it's Saturday. This is the day for Craven to stream. But there's something wrong with it because the clock's wrong. Something's going on. It's not 9:30 at night Central Time. You're absolutely right. So I am unable, unfortunately, to stream tonight. It's very rare that you guys know I'm here every Saturday night. Unfortunately, tonight is one of those rare exceptions that do happen. So I will not be streaming tonight at 9:30 Central Time. However, I'm here now. So hopefully, if you aren't able to make it live right now at this time slot, I understand some of you guys are out and about. It's a busy day. It's a Saturday. And it's beautiful, at least where I'm at. It's beautiful weather. So I totally get that. However, the replay mode is going to be available. So hopefully, whether you find this live now, we can chat, or if you find this later on tonight and you say, oh, there it is, hit the replay mode. Either way, we're together today on Saturday. So I'm glad for that. All right. So not alone though, guys. I always love to bring friends along, and today's no exception to that either. So before I get into the chat, and I see you guys are starting to say hello, and I see the super chat's already coming in. You guys are already starting off great. So before I get to that though, let me introduce my guest for today. You know him. He is definitely a pillar of the community, has been for a very, very long time. And, speaking of super chats, I always bring this up because there's certain moments in people you remember for certain things, and it doesn't make someone better than another person. It's just memories that are moments. We all have them. And, when it comes to like I see Lee the Nerds here. What's up, Lee? I'm going to be getting back to you guys in the chat for a second, but Lee was my very first channel member, first Cravenite. I'll never forget that. And this individual, I'll never forget either for many, many reasons, not just this, but I have to mention it because I always think about it, these little moments. The very first super chat, I'm just 99.9% sure he was the first. And you just remember those things as a content creator, especially with that particular situation, and with memberships. Well, memberships I knew because I set them up the night before, but super chats I had no idea they were even out there available. And I found out because this person who's come to be a great friend and a great just supporter of the channel in general, and an awesome guy to have on a live stream. It's so much fun. Please welcome Eric, the Bearded Entertainment. How's that for an intro, Eric?
That's a wonderful intro. And, I was thinking about it the other day. You're actually the first super chat I ever sent, too.
Oh, so it's both ways. We both have a special moment there.
Yeah, I had never sent a super chat before. I honestly didn't even really know what they were. I just saw it down there, and then I read it. I'm like, okay. And then, like I said, I always want to be part of the conversation. I just typing on try to type out a response and everything. I'm like, oh, I feel like I can't express myself the way I want to. And it happened recently too, but I'm like, okay, well, let's try this. And yeah, so you were the first one I ever sent too.
That is so cool, man. Well, thank you for being the very first one. And more than that, just being a great friend, man. And, I appreciate you so much, buddy.
I appreciate you too. Thank you for all the content. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't just send super chats to anyone. I mean, if you got good content and I like where the conversation is going, and I try to support the people who I want to see succeed. So,
that's awesome, man. Well, I'm honored, honestly, honored to be in that group, and it means a lot. It means a whole lot. And I know that it's always been hard, but the day and age we live now, it seems like with everything, we just put a grocery list together and dude, everything's just getting ridiculous. The prices, it's insanity right now. And so I know how difficult it is, honestly, man, for everyone, all of us, to part with those hard-earned dollars that we work hard to earn. And trust me, it's like it is even amplified at this time when you guys do these things. It does just wow, it really means the world. It means a lot. It's only I can say it. So thank you again, buddy, for all your support, man. I have to say that up front, man, and let you know how much I appreciate you and don't take you for granted at all. So
You're very welcome, man. I think the fact that you have so many people, because it's not just me. I know I'm not the only one. I see other people sending you super chats as well. I think that's because you mean a lot to a lot of people.
oh, well, thanks, man. Thank you, dude. That's awesome, man. I like I've always said from the very beginning, man. If this channel can be a place of community that, and if and I say I build, I mean I don't really. I look at it like this: I got the ball rolling, but as people come, we grow, and we all are a part of it. And I think that to me is wonderful, man. That's the biggest thing about this that I love is the community. Everyone that's here in the chat now, everyone that comes on the panels, those that can't always be here, but we know they're with us in spirit, if you will, and everyone is just it means the world, man. It all is it's very special to me. It really is, man. And it's like this channel is like my little baby, if you will. If that makes any sense. And so
hope it doesn't make your daughter jealous.
No. No. She knows, trust me. She knows. But real quick, guys, speaking of community, let's get to the chat for a little bit before Eric and I, we're just here to hang out. We're going to be hanging out for we're not going to be able to stay for very, very long, but we're going to be here for a good solid another hour and a half, whatever, something like that. So we're not going anywhere too quickly, but this is just a chill out Saturday afternoon stream. It's not a Saturday night, crazy, insane kind of streams. I do a lot. You guys know. However, spicy mustard is always around the corner, so you never know when the mustard will pop out. But real quick, let's get to the chat. Amber is in the house. What's going on, Amber? Good to see you. And I'm very excited that Amber has shared that she's going to be able to start being more active again in the chat soon. She's always been here in the community, and been a great part of the community. And so I'm very excited, Amber, to see you back more often. That's going to be wonderful. I'm very happy. And you're here today. There you go. I love it. So Lee the Nerd, what's up, Lee? Greetings and salutations. Let's do this.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who says that. We have at my work online,
Yeah.
we're all remote, and we have this one big group chat. And when you log on, since I work nights, you're supposed to log in and say hello, just letting everyone know I'm here. And I always say greetings and salutations, and everyone gives me crap for it. Like, why do you say? I'm like, I just want to be like, I think it sounds nice, but I'm glad I'm not the only one who says it, Lee. Thank you.
There you go. See, you're not alone, man. What's up, Pluto? Good to see you as always. And Bobby coming in with a $5 super chat. Bobby's breakdowns. Thank you, my friend. You're another great pillar of the community, man. Seriously, bro. Been supporting for so many months, man. I mean, so awesome, bro. Thank you for your super chat. Yes, I will see you on the 22nd. That's right. I will be appearing on Bobby's Breakdowns channel on the 22nd of November. So we're literally, I don't know, 9 days away now, I guess. So no, 10 days away. 10 days away. So yeah. 10 days. So I'm looking forward to it as well, my friend. It's going to be awesome. And I will definitely be sharing that as we get closer to it. And once I get the links from Bobby, as far as like the YouTube link and all that stuff later, I'll be sharing it, posting it. You guys, I'll make sure you guys are all aware of it so you can come over and hang out with us on Bobby's channel. It's going to be fun. So love it, man. And thank you for your super chat. That's very kind of you, Bobby. What a great and nice way. Yeah, that sounds right. To get the stream started. You know what, Eric? I made the mistake of saying spicy mustard.
Guys, I feel like you have to now.
I think
you already brought
it up. I've committed now. I got to go all the way. So, all right, here we go. Get out your spicy mustard, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon. It's time for a hot dog.
Do you feel the hunger?
All right, Eric.
Are you a
wanna be a hot dog.
Be a hot dog tonight. I'm a hot dog. If you
wanna take a bite, I'm a hot dog.
Dip you in spicy mustard.
And you can.
I'm a hot dog.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
That's my favorite. The wow is my favorite part. I don't know why. It's just so weird. Wow.
It is. It's awesome, man. I love it. I never get tired of that clip, man. Seriously.
Me either. It always gets me.
Oh my gosh. I just love it. Thank you, Era. Thank you, Bobby, for your super chat, man. What's up, Jason? Hello. Welcome. Glad you are here.
And thank you for subscribing to my channel, Jason. I just saw the notification pop up there.
Hey, you know what? That's a great segue. Haven't said it yet. So while you were on that subject of subscribing, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not subscribed to I was about to say the Lethal Collective. Boy, my head's
subscribe to that one too.
Subscribe to the Lethal. That's right, Lethal Collective. We want you over there. But if you have not subscribed to the Beard Entertainment, make sure the is very important. All right, don't put Beard Entertainment. It's the Beard Entertainment. Please subscribe to Eric right now. He's got a great channel. Great guy, as you guys know. And if you don't know, you'll get to know as you see us today hanging out. He's a lot of fun, great dude, and got a great channel. And he does the reactions, reviews. And what do you got cooking up, man? You got some stuff cooking up soon for your channel?
Right now, honestly, I'm just seeing a lot of movies. The problem is, like, now that Halloween Ends is out of the way, I'm like waiting on the next horror movies. I did a right out of the theater reaction for Pray for the Devil, which was okay. I'm gonna do one for The Menu that comes out next week. I'm really looking forward to that. I think we watched the trailer for that together the other day. I'm gonna do a review of that when it comes out, and then eventually, like, I want to start doing some Friday the 13th stuff.
Nice.
I know Scream is coming up, and I'm super excited for that. But I gotta be honest, Friday the 13th is my favorite. I've got the Jason tattoo on my wrist, like it's my favorite. And there's so much, like there's so many places that show could go. And yeah, I'm gonna do some discussions on that and do a couple videos on that. And then obviously once Scream got moved up, so we got we got less time now. We got 3 less weeks. It moved up an entire 3 weeks.
That's right, man. That's like not far from being a month early. It's like really close to being a month early. So
and they swapped it with Paramount swapped it with it was the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so but yeah, just some discussions on that and stuff.
Nice. And Eric is full of surprises. So let me just tell you, you never know. You just never know. So make sure you're subscribed and you don't want to miss it when he posts new content. And also, real quick, something else I thank you to Lee the Nerd for helping me, because when StreamYard, the platform I stream in, it doesn't show me certain things. So I have a notification here in my actual YouTube stream that I've got in my another window. And I want to say hello. I've said hello, but I want to acknowledge Necessary Distraction. Of course, Amber, good friend Amber. I was just talking about her, Amber. She has now been a channel member for, check this out, guys, 8 months. That's right, 8 months. Almost the time it takes to have a baby. Okay, she's been a channel member. And I know many of you here have been our long-term channel members as well. But that's right, Amber, thank you so much for your faithful support every single month. And it really means a lot. It really does. And I really appreciate it. And it's so great to have you as a Cravenite all this time. And I can't wait for, when we're a year from now and it's an 18-month anniversary and we're still kicking. The channel's still kicking. We're still moving forward. We're still growing. And, no matter how much the channel grows or doesn't grow from this point forward, all of you like Eric and Lee and Amber and Jen and Val and Gary, and there's others, Maverick, there's others. So don't get mad at me. I'm just, this is the quick names. The reason I say that is all of you will always be the like the OG pillars, right? So no matter what size the channel gets to, you guys are always going to be and hold the place you hold in my heart that you hold now, because you guys were here when this channel was. I mean, not. I mean, it's not even that big now, but when this channel was micro sized, okay, really small, and you helped build it up. You helped. You know, you were here, and you support every single month, like 8-month anniversary. That's incredible. That's 8 months of just moving forward together in the community and moving forward and just I just want to say thank you. That's so amazing, and I appreciate it so much. So yes, congratulations, and not only congrats, just thank you. Honestly, thank you, Michael. Good afternoon to you too. Carl's here in the UK. It's in the evening, so there you go. See, good evening. All right, Blucka's in the house. Craven some scream. All right, man.
Aren't we all?
We are, no doubt. I'm so ready. What? Saturday surprise stream? Yay! That's right, Polar. Glad you're here. Yeah, every now and then, I like to do something to surprise you guys, an impromptu. And I sadly won't be here tonight, but I'm glad to be here now. Plucka. Gosh, that's true. You never forget your first. That's very true. First channel member, first super chat, the whole 9 yards. It's awesome. Oh gosh. What's up, Philip? Good to see you here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Nathaniel's in the house. What's up? All right. Yeah, Blucka. Eric would not be a mask killer. He would have to have a very special mask that would conceal that beard. That would have to be custom made. But you know what, Eric? I know a guy who can make custom stuff like masks. So,
I could probably do it. I have. It's funny you bring that up. I've tried to wear my Michael Myers masks that I've purchased, the Trick or Treat Studios ones, and a lot of times they just won't fit, or when it's really long, you can actually see it sticking out of the bottom of the mask. Yes. So it's a little bit of a giveaway.
A little bit. That's all right.
And right. The new one, I don't know. Have you ever tried on one of the Trick or Treat Studios masks?
I have not. No, never have.
Okay. So with 2018, let's see, with Curse, I have Curse. It fits really well. Like, I don't know whose head it was molded from, but it fits really well. The 2018 Kills and Ends masks are really small. Like, they don't even fit my head.
Dang.
It kind of sucks. I mean, I bought it. I've got 2018, and I just purchased Ends because I really liked the way it looked, even if it wasn't, worn by Michael that much. And they just don't fit. They just don't fit that well.
Oh, that stinks, bro. I mean, remember which movie was it that the mask didn't fit? Was Warlock, right? Wasn't it Scream? Wasn't it Halloween 2? That because they had the mask from one, but it didn't. His head was like a lot larger.
It was too wide, so it looks
too
stretched.
Wide. It looks stretched. That's right. Yeah. Gambino says, I've been here since the beginning. If I can't afford subscription, I still support views. Well, absolutely. I do remember you, Gambino. Of course I do, man. Absolutely. Gambino's been around a long time. And I really appreciate that. And listen, you hit the nail on the head. The likes, speaking of likes, if you haven't liked this live stream, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would do so, because it really does help. And those things do help, like watching the videos. Guys, if you go and watch, if I post a video and you go in there and watch that video and you hit the like button and you leave me a comment, if you really want to make my make my day extra sauce, leave a comment, because what you're doing is you're really helping the channel. You're helping it grow, because all those things the algorithm looks at as engagement. And when it likes engagement, because that means there's interaction, people are not just ignoring the video, they're actually watching it and interacting with it and engaging with it. And that's a huge metric in YouTube's algorithm of analytics. So if you want to help the channel, like you're saying, well, you know what, maybe I post a 15-minute video, like my Stu video I posted yesterday. It's out right now. It's been out just for 24 hours, I think now. Maybe not even that long, whatever. Posted it last night. And you say, look, it's 15 minutes. I only have 5 minutes. I can't watch the video, so maybe I'll get to it later. Well, sometimes if you're like me, later I forget. I don't think about it. Out of sight, out of mind, because the notification's gone. I don't think about it anymore. So if I see someone that I follow, like, and I do follow a lot of people, I don't get it to watch, again, all their content. But what I do try to do is like jump in, smash the thumbs up button right away, and then leave a comment. If I'm able to, just leave a quick comment, even if I can't watch the whole video, I'll say, I'll leave it something, just, I don't do it all the time. None of us can do it all the time because it's just not enough time. But I say all that to say, if you're looking for ways to help the channel, that's not directly, monetarily, you can help the channel immensely also by liking the videos I post, the streams, leaving comments. Those are huge. And sharing it. That's a big deal too, Eric. We don't talk a lot about sharing the material, sharing the streams on your socials, or even just word of mouth, like the people those all add up to help. So,
oh yeah, like exponential growth like that is crazy. Like one person
yes,
tells another person, there you got two, and then if each of those
right.
tells another, yeah, it just you can grow really really quick that way. And engagement, super chats are great because you can see it immediately. But I
Right.
mean, in any sort of thing in life, like the immediate gratification is nice, but most of your real growth you don't actually see. It happens in the background. And I
That's
think
true.
that's the same with YouTube. Your engagement in comments or likes or watch time, that's stuff that you don't really
Yep.
get to see, but it means a whole lot. And that's actually where that's why YouTube will, okay, well, they see you got a lot of comments, you got a lot of likes, people are watching a long time, they're going to share
Yes.
that video more, you're going to reach new people
Mhm.
that way. So yeah,
That's right.
well, super chats and monthly subscriptions and stuff are nice. They're definitely not the only way to
Mm-mm.
support a channel. So
No, it all makes a difference and adds up. And Denisha's in the house too. What's going on, Denisha? Good to see you here. And Danny's here. So I thought you streamed on until 9. Yeah, well, I normally do, Danny. This is an unusual day. What's up, Thomas? Welcome. Good to see you here. Ernie's in the house, just trying to catch up, and then after I catch up, we're going to get into some Scream talk to finish our stream out. So get your Scream thoughts together, guys. We're going to be hitting it real soon. That's right, Polar. Got to love the hot dog. Yes, mustard.
I do enjoy some hot dogs.
Oh, what's going on? Tex says, howdy, y'all. I'm glad Craven is live. My grandmother is about to pass. Oh, no. And I need a reason to not be sad. Well, Tex, let me just say, I'm very sorry to hear that. Seriously, man. That's very sad. I've been in your shoes. If I know that's not really any consolation, but I can tell you, I understand what that feels like. And I've lost both of my grandmothers, actually. So I'm very sorry, man. And not a whole lot I can say right now is going to be helpful. But I hope that this can be at least distracting, if nothing else. And sometimes in moments like that, we need a distraction. So, just know that we'll be praying for you, man. I will seriously put you on my prayer list that I have, a daily prayer list of people I pray for. And I will put you on there, man, for God to comfort you and to please to pray that He'll give you peace through amidst your mourning, doing all this whole period. So just hang in there, man. Just hang in there, and hopefully, this will be a way just to get your mind off things for a little bit. But we're here for you, man. Anything we can do, we're here for you. Liam says, hey, I'm a new fan, Craven. You're amazing. Well, thank you, Liam. That's very kind of you to say that. That's awesome. I'm going to clip your comment for my wife. And so that anytime I'll just say, look here, wait a second. Liam says I'm amazing. So there it is. It's the proof. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Seriously. It's great to have
That
you
would be
here.
some good leverage to have at home in a debate. I'm not going to say argument. In a debate, be like, well, you can be mad at me, but like
Sure.
5,000 people on the internet think I'm amazing. So
That's right. Bingo. There you go. I love it, man. Lightning Ghost says, what's up, Lightning? What's up, Lightning Ghost? I just came into the stream on the hot dog. Well, it's perfect timing.
Right? I think that's a great time to come in.
It is. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Real quick, I see Ernie's got a question. As I'm trying to catch up, guys. You guys know how this goes. I'm already like 14 minutes behind. There's no way. It's like there's just no way. I'll spend the whole rest of the stream catching up. Do you think, guys, with Scream 6, a new release date, it will struggle at the box office, having to compete with Creed 3 and John Wick? Both have an older fan base. Well, here's the thing. John Wick 4 doesn't come out till the 24th. So they're very smart to give. They're coming out 2 weeks earlier than John Wick, which I'm so happy about, because honestly, they were going to release a week after Wick, and I was like, oh, I don't know about that, Eric. But now they don't have to compete with it.
Here's the way I was thinking about that as well, because I actually, when I saw that it moved, I immediately went to like the box office roster for next year to see what was going on, and I started thinking about that, and I'm like, well, do you want to come out before? Because if you come out, so we come out 2 weeks, Scream will come out 2 weeks before John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when John Wick comes out, you're going to have a huge drop off in box office numbers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I was thinking, if you came out a week after John Wick, all the people who have already seen John Wick, they're going to drop off and come see Scream. So I feel like it almost is better to come out after versus before.
That's an interesting thought, man. That is an interesting thought, because usually, of course, I know, and I have to look. I don't have the numbers or anything, but I know usually after the first 2 weeks, for at least, I don't know about all the genres, but like for horror movies, that they start to really dip. Like after like the first couple of weeks, you start to really see a plummet in sales percentage wise, and so I wonder how many people. Like if we flip that around, I don't know. And again, it's an interesting idea, because if you're putting Scream out 2 weeks early, then maybe your hope is everyone who wants to see that movie essentially has 2 weeks to get it done before they go spend their money on Wick. How many people are going to watch Scream 6 after 2 weeks? Now, we don't know, but I don't know. It's interesting, man. I see it both sides of it. I see what you're saying, and that makes sense to me. And then I'm like, well, I kind of see why they want to go early. I see both sides of that. I don't know if there's a good answer for either. Honestly, just get away from John Wick altogether. Pick a different
See,
month.
they should move it up just like a month. Just move it up a whole month.
Right? Why not?
Well, I think the one opposite side from what I was saying is also. To be blunt about it, you don't really have that many options when Scream comes out.
Mm-hmm.
If you put it out beforehand, you basically make Scream your only decent option. Obviously, there are going to be other movies coming out that week, whether or not they're like bigger movies. So you don't really give them the option. Whereas if it comes out, the week after John Wick, like it was supposed to, well, then you have to look at, okay, well, now there's 2 options on the that day at the theater. There's John Wick or Scream. And as much as I love Scream, I know for the casual moviegoer, they're probably going to pick John Wick, because while it is violent, it's not horror, it's not scary. And I think horror is still a little bit of the stepchild of movie genres, if you will.
Yep, it is. Unfortunately, that's true.
So if given the option, I think more people would pick John Wick. So in that regard, I do think it's better that they come out before. Either way, I'm happy we get 3 less weeks of waiting for the next Scream movie. So
Bingo. That's right. No matter what, we're all going to see it, whether it was released. I don't care what time it was released. We're all there. And if you're going to, like I say, at the end of the day, before or after, which is better, who knows? It could go either way, but at least we're getting it sooner. And like I said, man, if we were running the show, I mean, honestly, February. We would find some spot in February where it's dull and there's nothing happening, like they did in January 14th of this year, which was brilliant. It was the perfect time to drop Scream 5, and that's what I would go for. Like, let's just get out of this whole month. Let's just.
Yeah, the problem with February is you got your. Well, see, that's the thing. I can't really say. I was going to say you got your Valentine's Day moviegoers, but I mean, look at Deadpool when it came out. Deadpool came out Valentine's Day weekend, and Deadpool is the highest grossing rated R movie of all time. So
there you go.
It's definitely possible, but it also is like a superhero movie. Maybe that's the exception, but I think honestly, when it comes down to it, the most simple answer to that question, if it's a good movie, it's going to make money no matter what it's going up against. So
that's right. It will. And there are different audiences for this stuff too. So I mean, it's good. It'd be one thing if Scream was, another action type movie. It would be, that would be death. That would be death to the film. But it's a horror movie, so there's a good chance, we're going to get some different audiences. But something else that is not death, but it's life, is a super chat. And Denisha's bringing in $2 for us today. Thank you, Denisha. Hey, Craven and the Bearded Entertainment, I'm here. All right. Well,
glad to have you here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here. I wouldn't want you to be anywhere else, my friend. In fact, I love it so much that not only us are we excited, but Crispin Glover says, I'll dance to that.
Where did you get those sounds, man?
Okay, so I got obviously the videos from Friday 13th Part 4, and the music. I went on YouTube. I swear, I went on YouTube and I put the worst song ever in search, and this is like the top 5. This is like one of the top 5 hits. It's this guy. It's just he's doing yodeling, this and he's got like these French horn looking bugle horn things, and that's all it is. And I took that. I'm like, yes, this is gold. And I slammed it with his dancing, and it was perfect. I'm like, it's like he's listening to it. This is great. So it's
okay. So when I sent you the clips, because I remember cutting them, you said. Yes. I thought you were just going to use them the way they were, but then I realized, like, oh, that music's probably copyright, so it'd be a problem. So. When you said you're gonna redo the music on them, I'm like, I had no clue what you were gonna do. I can tell you, if you gave me 100 guesses, that wouldn't have been in the list.
I had to go different, man. I had to, I like to shake things up around here, man. Keep things out of the ordinary. That's
you awesome. Certainly do.
Huck to the dude. Oh my gosh. Oh man. And it just keeps going and going.
Oh my god.
Oh dude. This is we are having too much fun. This is great.
Oh man.
Denisha, did you look at Denisha? Look how much joy her $2 super chat just brought right there, man. Just literally almost tearing up from laughing so hard. It was great.
Oh
Wow. Wow.
wow.
Wow. Thank you, Denisha. There you go. Everyone
Oh,
subscribe
thank
to
you so
Beard
much.
Entertainment. There it is. Click that link in the chat. It'll take you right to his channel and hit that subscribe button. And we will all appreciate it very much. Just keep the community growing. That's right. Let's keep it growing. All righty. So there's, and again, guys, I'm so behind on chat. I'm so sorry, guys. There's, I love that you guys are all chatting, and I just want to try to at least acknowledge everyone, even if I can't get to everyone's comments. But I do see Critical here. What's up, Critical Jay? I feel like they're being more careful this time around, not teasing us. I hope so. They need to be more careful. That marketing department, they messed up last time, and they need to fix it and be better. Do better.
Do you know what they need to do? They need to get a hold of the marketing team from Halloween Ends. You know, because we had no idea what that movie was going to be when we went in.
If you just watch that trailer, yeah, you're right. Just because they deliberately kept Corey out of the press, off of anything, posters. Yeah, that's true, man. Just market the movie as something it's not, and we'll show up and be like, what is this? And for a Scream movie, that actually works.
It really does. Like
it does.
Yeah, we're going in like thinking, and Scream has done it so perfectly because where, originally we didn't know what it was going to be. For Scream 1, we didn't know. Then the idea of subverting expectations, going against what you think is going to happen. And now we've come full circle to where it's like we know that they're going to be subverting our expectations. So then we change our expectations to that. But then they have to subvert that somehow. Like they've done such a good job staying up to date and like challenging who it's going to, and because outside of the trailers, with 5, I could have maybe guessed, but I wouldn't have been 100% certain on who the killers were and stuff. So I think if marketing doesn't spoil it, they're still pretty good on like keeping you guessing.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, man. It's true. If marketing had not put Amber on fire in the trailer, and had not put that ridiculous clip of, not ridiculous clip, but it's ridiculous that it's in there, of Sam stabbing Richie, and they left his shoulder and hairline in the image, which is lazy editing. Honestly, it's lazy editing because Eric, you and I could edit better than that. I mean, and we're not in Hollywood, making 6 figures on doing that for a living. These people, all they had to do was crop it up, just crop it up.
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do. Take him out of the image, and then Sam has a knife, but we don't know who she's stabbing. What's going on? They revealed the killers in the trailer. It was a terrible, terrible marketing move. So I really do hope that Radio Silence sat down with them and said, "You guys messed us up on this deal. Please don't do that again." And I really hope they had that discussion because I'm nervous. I'm excited for the trailer because first of all, I want to say hi to JT. What's up, JT from the Horror Boys? Good. Glad you're here, my friend.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, it's good to see you. And Conrad's here. Scream Rat. What's up, Conrad? But I want to say that, with this trailer, I'm very nervous, Eric, because it's going to drop. I'm guessing if it follows the same pattern as 5, it should drop around the 10th of December, somewhere in between early to that middle number. It's going to be where it hits. Like a month from now, it could drop. So I'm beyond excited. Trust me, but I'm also extremely nervous because I'm scared to watch it because I'm afraid when I slow this thing down to quarter speed and I start going frame by frame and analyzing everything, it's going to give the whole movie away. It's going to give the killers away again. I'm just scared to death that I'm going to figure out the mystery next month. And I hope that's not true, man. I mean, it is what it is. I ride or die. It is, but I'm just nervous, man. You know what I'm saying? It's nerve wracking.
Mhm. So
That's all.
do you just do quarter speed, or do you actually do frame by frame?
Well, it depends. Like what I usually do is, well, what I always do is I watch it normal speed probably 4 or 5 times.
Hmm.
Then, just to kind of really soak it in, and then I'll go into I do that as in fan mode, if you will.
Hmm.
So in fan mode, you know what I'm talking about. So I try to disconnect from content mode and just watch it as the fan I am. And then I do that after 5 times. It's like, okay, I put the content hat on, creator hat on, and I then go into dissecting the trailer. And this is when first thing I do is I slow it down 20 to 25% speed. So it's 3 times slower if my math's right. So I drop it down to a quarter of speed, and I watch it a few times at that speed to see if anything jumps out to me as everything's happening slower. And if something does, I'll pause it. I'll immediately frame it out and say, what is that? And I'll inch it back. And then I go frame by frame. But I
Okay.
first let myself watch it and just take it in multiple times at a slow rate to see if something catches my eye. Like, oh, what is that? What is that? That's how I do it. That's my method, if you
Well,
will.
I mean, I feel like anytime in a trailer, and y'all will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this, there's always that moment toward the end of a trailer where it's just a bunch of cut images, like scrolling through really quick. I feel like
Yes,
they always hide something in that.
they
Like you
do.
always have to like, and that one I use. I don't know what media player you use, but I use VLC, and you can slow it
Okay.
down to 10%.
Oh, nice.
So,
Even better.
so I watch it at 10% speed, especially when it gets to that part, and just look and see, like, and it's always like 2 seconds, like 2 seconds
Yeah.
of this image, and then it cuts, 2 seconds of this image, and it cuts, and you're like, okay, there's something in there, and because they have, if there wasn't something in there, they wouldn't put it in the trailer. Like
Right. Yeah.
they
That's
add that in
correct.
there for a reason.
Yes. And dude, now that you mention that, do you know that the way that now the Amber killing was easy to see, but
Hmm.
I mean the burning, but the way I found out Sam was stabbing Richie was in one of those what you just said. It was at the end of the trailer. Before Sydney walks in the house, they slow everything down. The hello, Sydney. Before that, and it's like bang, 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 bang. It's like I'm second. It's some of these clips are half a second. They're like so quickly. It is a flash, and I guess they figured, hey, no one's gonna see this. Come on, man. This is the day of the internet of YouTube. Of they know better. But that's how I found out that Richie was involved in some way because of that. That's exactly when it happened. And you're right. They always do that, like to build the tension. Whereas just start flying these scenes up in front of you, like. And you're right. That's where you go into what I like night calls. I love it, dark territory, because you're probably going to find something that you don't want to see. But real quick, Eric, I got to stop for just a second because guys, something that is incredible, and I just want to make a note of this. I just got a notification that JT from the Horror Boys, and I don't think I can put it. I can't put it on the screen, but JT I see has just upgraded his membership to the Craven Cut level, which is my
Whoa.
highest tier of membership on this channel, which is a mind blowing. JT, thank you so much. I again, it's those moments I talked about earlier, those moments that are impact moments, and this is one of them. JT, I am beyond grateful. I really mean it, man. That is absolutely incredible, man. That is a huge, huge thing to do to support the channel at that level. Thank you so much. And Eric is a Craven Cut member too. The Beard Entertainment right here is been
Mhm.
supporting at the Craven Cut level. I appreciate everyone. You know that everyone. I mean that everyone. But for those of you that are able to do something like this, it's that generosity is just my mind just goes every time, and I'm so humbled by it. And I feel the responsibility of it that comes with that of continuing to do my very best for you guys and the content and the streams and things like that. And thank you, man. I'm so grateful, and it's amazing. So everyone in the chat, all of my Cravenites, please. I mean, JT's already a member. He's already a Cravenite. He's already part of the family. But please, welcome him into that innerest of inner circles now as a Craven Cut member. That is a very small group, and just welcome him into that and let him know how much we all love of JT. And he's got a great channel over at the Horror Boys. So be sure you guys check out the Boys. And heck, man, JT now being a Craven Cut member. Eric, what is the big perk of a Craven Cut member?
Well, we have a stream, a live stream where you and all the Craven Cut members, we get on a stream and we talk. We talk about whatever's relevant at the time, or we just hang out. So, yeah.
Yes, there you go, man. So that's going to be exciting. And so we'll be able to add JT to the group, to the stream now for the Craven Cut stream. So can't wait for that. Thank you so much, man. Seriously, that really, I really appreciate it. That deserves some kind of clip or two, man. I'm sorry. That deserves some kind of clip. Heck yeah. A couple of clips, maybe. So JT, here we go, man. Let's see here. Eric, are you feeling anything for JT in particular?
Well, I mean, when we do have the Craven Cut stream, I'll be there. I'll be there. And he'll be there.
He'll be there. Hopefully he'll be there. Heck yeah, we'll all be there. He'll be there. Let's go. All right, everybody at home, let's sing it out for JT. Let's get it up. I'll be there. Though I may stumble on my way, I'll be there. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. JT, one more for JT. Let's give him a second clip here. Let's go, man. We got to do one more of that. You know what? This is the perfect time to taste the biscuit. Here we go, JT. Let's taste that biscuit.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce.
Get that honey
Taste
sauce.
the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Get
You can't beat the moose and toaster. Toaster and moose. JT's laughing at it. That's good. Glad you enjoyed the clips, man. Thanks again, buddy. Really appreciate you.
Have you made any headway with getting them on your channel? I know you mentioned trying to get them on your channel.
I have not actually sat down to do it. It's on my list. I keep thinking about it. So I'm going to try to get Toaster and Moose on this channel, bro, and for a live performance. I am dying. I've got to make it happen. I really hope they respond to me, man. I'm going to reach out and send them a note on social and like, hey, we want you.
I think you should, man.
I really am. I'm going to do it. Could you imagine if they yes and they are here, and when we can like take a break and like, hey, Toaster Moose, take it away, and they like start doing it for like 2 minutes. They play one of their songs and stuff. It'd be incredible.
That'd be fun. I bet they got some good stories on like their shoots and stuff, like because it looks like they're straight up into like a Goodwill or a Salvation Army.
Yes.
Like I bet they would have some fun stories on like when they went to shoot their videos.
Absolutely, man. There's got to be stories upon stories for these two, and man, I want to hear them. I want to hear them. I want to hear them play. I want to hear the stories, the whole thing. Horror Boys that says you're so welcome, Craig. Man, that is again, wow. Thank you, buddy. That's incredible. That's huge. I give this normal. Not normal. I give the analogy rather about how your tank. As content creators, sometimes our tanks can get low because we're pouring out, we're creating content, we're trying to think of new ideas, we're mocking it up, we're typing it up, we're doing outlines. This I do, all of these different things, and it's like constantly like going out, trying to get stuff together. And when you guys do things like this and like the videos, share them, super chats, memberships, all of the things Eric and I talked about earlier. anytime you guys do these things, or leave an encouraging comment, just in a comment on a video, like, and say, and you guys are so great about that, saying, "Hey, Craven, great job," or I really enjoyed it. And I'm not saying do that to fluff my ego or anything. It's not about that. What that actually does is it really is encouraging to me. That's why I say that. It's encouraging. It's not ego inflating. It encourages me, and what it does is it fills the tank up. That sometimes can get low sometimes. I'll be completely transparent. And that's not to make anyone feel something, but towards you guys at all. It's just me, like, just with life and family and everything that you do, and I'm doing this on top of that. I'm really trying to do this well. I give my very best at this. I try really hard. I take it very seriously. So sometimes, you up, you're like, oh man, I'm just dead. I got nothing left. But I'll look at a comment, or I'll look at it, or these type of things will happen, and it's all that does is just fills the tank back up. I'm like, I'm ready. Let's keep going. Let's keep going to another one. Let's get the next video out. So anyway,
Yeah.
I said I'll go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I completely understand what you're doing, and I think as much fun as we have doing stuff, I think sometimes it is overlooked that it actually is work. Like, so much goes on behind the scenes. Like, if you put out a 15-minute video, your Stu video, that's 15 minutes.
Mhm.
That's the 15 minutes they see. There's
Yes.
hours that go into that behind the scenes, and
True.
I mean, it is a job, and just like any other job, you can, if you had the option of, a lot of people can't do something where they're their own boss, because if given the option of doing the work they need to do, or
Mhm.
spending time with family, or just, having a lazy day, a lot of people will pick the other and not doing the work. So I
That's
completely
right.
understand what you're saying. There's a lot of times where it's like, I could do that, or I could just, relax, and then you put it off, and then it goes. So
Exactly. That is always the challenge, because you have that moment where it's like, I could actually just relax. I could actually take like 3 hours or whatever, that I'm going to need to commit to this video, sometimes more, and I could just relax for a little bit and just kind of catch up and take a nap, or spend, like you say, spend a little extra time with family. And sometimes I don't. I make the choice to sacrifice that and say, you know what, guys, or hey, we'll do this. We'll do it this time, and we'll do that. We'll make it, whatever. And I make that choice because I feel like it's the choice that I need to make at the time. And and again, this is not a whole pity party. Like, that's not the point of what I'm talking about here.
no. Yeah.
It's really not. I don't want it to sound that way. It's not that. It really is, though. It's there's a lot that goes into it. I'll just leave it at that. Eric, you know what I'm talking about. You already hit it on it, and um, but I love it. So don't get me wrong. I love doing it. So I don't do it like, in spite. Well, I got to put a video out, and it's never like that. It's like, oh, I wish I could put out more. Is what it was. Really.
Yeah, and I mean, something that happens with me. I don't know. Maybe this happens with you when, like, a new trailer drops. Like when that Scream trailer drops on the 10th, for the first 30 minutes, I'm gonna be like so pumped.
Yes.
And then immediately, like that 31st minute, I'm gonna be like, I got to do a video now. Like, I got to do
Absolutely.
something. We got to talk about this. So
Yes.
yeah, it's 100% like that. And those are the days. But going back to your original comment, where I was kind of going with it,
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on those days where you are like, where you're like, oh, I don't really want to do a video. I'd rather relax. But you do one. When you get that comment like, hey, I love your content, or like, hey, I just found your channel, just subscribe, that
Yeah,
feels
man.
so good. Like, that
It
feels
does.
just, or someone just being like, hey, I don't really think the exact same way as you. I think it should be
Mhm.
this. Even that, you're like, someone actually took the time to listen to my opinion and share their own.
Yep.
Like, it just feels so good. And it does make it a lot, like, just makes it worth it.
It does, man. It does. You hit the nail on the head. You said it right there. It's just it really makes it all worth everything. I mean, it all makes it worth it, man. And nothing more than the idea that someone is enjoying what you're doing. That there are actually people that appreciate it, enjoy it, and And like here, we're here with 42 people on a Saturday afternoon, impromptu, completely unplanned, non-promoted, nothing, just on. And here we are, and this is what community is about. This is what family is about. And I mean, there's been like one or two people already today that's like, hey, I'm new to the channel, I'm first time here. That's so huge. And I'm just, the first thing I think of is, like, if you're new today, if you're here now listening to me, watching us, you're brand new, you stumbled upon it, maybe you got a referral, like, a referral in the YouTube to come. Make yourself at home, because I think what you're going to find is, in fact, I know what you're going to find is, the best community in horror is right here on this channel. And I'll say it unapologetically, and I don't mean that against any other channel, but I believe it to be true. This is the best community you're going to find. Most friendly people. We are like family. We support one another. I say this, Eric, a lot, and I'll say this especially for the newer folks, maybe you haven't heard it. We do movies together, but you know what else? We do life together. And what I mean by that is, when there's peaks, we celebrate. When there's valleys, we sympathize, we empathize. We're there to encourage and lift up, support one another. We're not just here to talk movies and then that's it. Forget about you. No. That's not the way this works. This is a community of individuals that have come together under the premise of horror movies. That's what brought us here. Mm-hmm. And we talk about them and we love them and we still will. And that's what we're going to do. But that's not all we're going to do, because movies are important and movies matter, but people are more important than movies, and people matter more than film.
Well, yeah,
and that's always number one.
To go back to what Tex is having a really tough time right now, and felt like they felt comfortable enough in this community to share a life update that, sometimes you don't want to share that stuff, but they felt comfortable enough with this community to let us know. And I mean, we're all here for them, whether or not, I don't think I've ever met Tex. I don't think I've spoken with Tex before, but now that they've brought that up, they felt comfortable enough to share it. We're all there for them.
That's right.
And I think that's one of the biggest things about this community is, I will say it is the most respectful community of any community, movies, horror, anything I've ever been a part of.
Oh, that's awesome, Eric.
I love that.
Oh man, that's so awesome. And I love hearing you say that, but that's huge. That's because, and I know you've been around, man. You've been a part of a lot of stuff, and and I mean, you're my Reddit guy. I call you my Reddit guy. You're my Reddit insider. You've been through, all about the stuff, man. And I appreciate you saying that, Eric. And that's huge, man. I've worked very hard and I'm very diligent, and I've always say this. I promise you guys that we'll never allow this community to be anything other than what it is right now. It's not going to be a place of bullyism, toxicity, disrespect. None of that's going to fly. And all of my moderators know, everyone that's in this chat that has a wrench, if you see someone with a wrench, they're a mod. They all know what I expect for the standards, what the standards are for the channel. And they enforce it. They're great at it. They speak for me when they make moves. They're doing it based on what I say, recommend, and they know if there's a troll, they're gone the minute they make themselves visible. Immediately, if there's any disrespect, we warn you on that. And then if you get a warning and if it continues, then it's sad. We don't like to do it, but we're going to have to remove you because it's the greater good. This is a community. It's a commitment that I've made to everyone who is here, that we are going to respectfully engage with each other. And that also makes it, I want it to be safe. Like Eric said, it's a safe place. You could share something very personal like Tex did earlier. That is very personal. I mean, honestly, I can't imagine, there's not many places on YouTube where I would go and share something like that, because I would fear that there would be trolls. There would be people that are just knuckleheads that are going to try to be insensitive and rude. And that could be about any topic, anything personal, right? Even an opinion of a movie. Some people, I've had literally people tell me, Eric, that then when they've come here, they've said to me, and it means so much when they've messaged me, they'll say, I just want you to know this is like one of the first communities I was able to feel like I could voice an opinion that was not the majority view. Because if I've done that in other channels and I've gotten ripped in half, sometimes by the content creator, and I mean that's a whole nother level there. I can't even, but I'm like, you know what? That's the environment we're going to keep here on this channel. That's what I'm about. We're going to be. It's a safe place. You know, you're not judged.
If you were to go to Reddit and say I think Stu's still alive, you'd be bullied off the page.
Man,
in like 10 minutes. And like I said, there's some people I think make very sound arguments for against Stu being alive or whatever, or not necessarily him being alive, but coming back, and like that's fine. I don't agree, but like we can still be friends. We can still enjoy the movies. And it's just, I don't know, that place is when you brought Reddit up, I'm like, that is the exact opposite of your community. Like it is one of the most toxic places I've ever experienced. And it just makes me even more thankful that we have a place like your channel to come and honestly just like unwind and relax.
Yes. Wonderful. Man, that's what it's about. That's what this is all about. I want you guys to be able to, I hope you all feel the way Eric does, or if you don't, that you will as you hang out, because that's what I want it to be. I hope when you guys see Craven going live that your first thought is, oh, fun. Is this going to be a fun place? We're just going to be something, you know, we're just going to hang out, get to see friends, you know, that I'm getting to know.
Spicy mustard.
Spicy mustard. Is he going to throw on some mousse and toaster? What's going to happen next? You just never know. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm hoping for, man. What's up, Nelly? Nelly's in the house. Crime Time is here. What's going on, Craven? Crime Time. Jamar says, love this channel. Oh, thank you, Jamar. I'm glad. That's awesome. Ivan says, yes, Stu could return. Heck yeah. A TV was smashed on his head. Well, smashed on his hands and some of his face. Remember, his hands are up like this. So don't forget that. It wasn't exactly.
Yeah, Ivan, if you haven't seen The People versus Stu Mocker, I would suggest going to take a look at that video. We went pretty thoroughly into that definitely that part of it, the TV.
That is very true. The People versus Stu Mocker. That's right, Eric. Eric's a part of that too. He's actually one of the councilmen now, or not councilman. The what was it? What was the term we used? Counselor, right?
Yeah, it was counselor. I was counselor. Yeah.
Counselor. Yeah.
Went through several identities, several monikers during, but I was counselor.
Exactly. You were consistently counselor. Everything else changed after it.
Little bit.
Oh, actually, I'm trying to find the link to the show, and I'm going to put it in the chat, just because that you mentioned it. It's a great point.
Well, I remember it very well because I that's one of the points I had. One of the rebuttals for it was the TV on his head, and there's a lot of real world research and data on TVs falling on people's heads.
Yeah, man. In fact, for those who have never seen it yet, because that was 4 months ago, there's a lot of new members of this channel that don't even know about it. So, Eric, for those who may be here who think Stu Mocker's definitely dead or definitely alive, or maybe they're in the middle, they're not sure. Not to put you on the spot or anything, but can you just give a summary of what the event was? The People versus Stu Mocker. And I'm gonna get a link in the chat so they can go check it out. But let them know like why they should watch it if they're, no matter whether you're on the Stu train, not, or in the middle.
Okay. What it was is essentially we went to a lot of Stu deniers, the people who don't think he's alive, and we asked them their arguments. Like, what are your best points as to why you think he's dead? And then we took and we researched those arguments one by one, and we put it in a court format. And with each argument, we gave a rebuttal. And, you know, one of the biggest arguments is the TV dropping on his head, for instance. I went and looked at actual safety data and comprised of how many people are hospitalized each year with TVs falling on them, and we presented that, and we didn't really make a declaration, but we just present the evidence of what happened in a real world format, and then after watching that, you can, and that's just one of the points. There are several points, and after watching it, it should help you see where we're coming from, even if it doesn't bring you over to the Stu train, and some people it might not. You can at least see our side of the argument as people who believe he's alive.
Exactly. That was the whole thing. Hey, what's up, Brandon? I see Brandon's here. If you're still here, 10 minutes behind.
Hey, buddy.
Trying to speed up. That's right. The whole thinking was, what's up, Hollywood guy? And Jordy. What's up, Jordy? But yeah, the thinking was like, we're going to present the evidence of why we believe he is alive. Like, this is why I believe what I believe. Because I believe that, here I'm saying a lot of belief. I believe that if you hold a position on anything, whatever your worldview is, right? Doesn't matter. But I would expect you would have sufficient reasons for that. So if I believe that Stu Mocker is alive, then I should be able to tell you why I believe it, not just to say, well, because I hope he's alive. That's not a sound argument. Now it's okay if that's what it is. That's fine, but you're not going to do a great job of being able to articulate that in a way that will show others the reasoning behind why you hope. So that's what the thing was about. It was like, here is why we believe he is alive. This is what is the evidence, the cumulative evidence that has convinced us it's true. Now, if that convinces you, that's awesome. That's like really great. But that's not really our intention. Our intention is to say, if someone says, well, why do you think he's alive? Glad you asked that. Here's 15 reasons. And here's the responses to these objections. And what we found, though, is people that actually watched the event, Eric, I had probably close to 10 people at least made a point to message me directly and say that they have now switched their view to the Stu train. They now believe that what they watched convinced them. Like, they were on the fence. Some even told me I was not on the Stu train. I thought he was dead. And they're like, after watching this, it's hard for me to believe that he couldn't have survived it now. And I'm like, there you go. Literally, it's almost people. And considering we had like 120 people on the stream, that's almost 10% of the audience was flipped. So that's pretty cool.
Just something else to notate about it. It was a couple things. It's split up into sections because there is always I like that comment. It's like
I love it,
when
man.
you hear your family.
That's right.
It's split up into like objective and subjective. Like objective, where
Yes.
it's just straight up facts, and then there is a section because some people, even though they can't prove he's alive, don't want him to be alive. And so we split up into those sections. And another thing to notate is it's not really about him coming back to the movies. It's about whether or not he could have survived. That's it. We're not saying that 100% he's coming back. We're saying he could. He
could. Exactly. Yeah, even my theory video that's out now, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's out now. I posted it last night. It's one of those things where it's plausible. It's a plausible theory. It's a possible way it could happen. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. And like I said, I know that it's good. I know that there's a decent chance it won't happen in this trilogy. It's sad to say, but I still believe it could. And I'm hoping that they do the right thing. I call the right thing, and they do it. But guess what, Eric? If they don't, there's going to be a Scream 8. There's going to be a Scream. I believe it. I believe that, the success is going to be there. There's going to be more Scream movies. So it can happen then. As long as Matthew's alive, honestly, there's a chance it could happen.
And here's my point has always been, my final note in the argument has always been, or debate. I don't really argue. If it gets to a point where it's that heated as arguing, I try to step away.
Arguing's no point because no one's listening anymore at that point. Yeah, you're right.
But my final point in the debate is always this. If he never shows up again, I'm
go.
glad Pittsburgh. That's the hope.
Yep.
But my final point of the debate is always, even if he never shows up in another movie, that doesn't prove to me he passed away at
Mhm.
Scream 1. That
That's
there's
right.
there's no proof that they passed away or that he died right there.
No, not at all. Exactly right. That's the matter. Like like Eric, we've said it a million times. If he never comes back, it doesn't change the fact that he's still living his life out there. It does not. I believe that wholeheartedly. And you know what? So did Wes Craven, and so did Kevin Williamson. And folks, you could rest your case on that. Honestly, you could literally drop the mic and say, you know what? These are the men who created this character. And he was alive 3 weeks before shooting Scream 3. I don't believe he's dead now. Why did he die? He was alive then. He still is.
I was having this discussion with someone on Reddit, and a person's response was, because I brought up Scream 3, the person's response was, well, they were going to bring him back, but the plan got scrapped, so they left him dead. And I'm like, my response was, no, you can't bring someone back from the dead to be in a movie. If they're alive to come back for a movie, then they're alive. That's it.
Exactly.
It's not they're alive to come to the movie or they're dead. That's not how it works.
No.
And I didn't get a response on that one. But yeah, that's it always goes back to that. Like, and even now, when you ask Kevin Williamson, is Stu alive? He will never say he's dead.
No, he doesn't.
He has never, and up until we see it on screen, he will never say he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not. And like, he even said, trying to be coy, like, well, Stu kind of lives forever, doesn't he?
Uh-huh. That's right.
Like,
that was right.
Because someone straight up asked him if Stu's alive, and his response, instead of saying yes or no, he died, was, well, Stu kind of lives forever.
Dude.
I'm just saying, like,
I hear you.
When we get on this topic, we can stay in it for hours. So.
I know. Seriously, we can. Because you know what? When we start talking about Stu, we've got to get it up.
Yeah! I'm ready, baby!
Oh, yeah. Come on, man. We got to have a little bit of Stu here. Lift it up, guys. Get it up. Let's go.
Get it up!
Come on, everybody at home, you better be getting it up.
Get it up!
Come on, Eric. We're not done yet.
Get it up!
Get it up.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's always good.
Had to get that in, man. Had to. Real quick.
I feel like
Go ahead.
Jake does it the best.
He does it the best.
I feel like Jake does it the best, yeah.
He does it with such vigor. I can't even, it's like just his whole body shakes. He's like, he's so into it, man. I love watching him do that. And this little, that whole little, I can't even, it sounds like a dead cow when I'm doing it, like a dead animal. He's like, he does it great. Oh, real quick. Amber says, I met Nate here 6 months ago, and he moved in with me about a month ago. Would have never met him if it weren't for my horror fan. See, I'm a matchmaker. Eric. Connections, real life connections.
What it's about. It's all about love.
Yes, literally living together. This is incredible, man. This is absolutely amazing. And Horror Boys JT said it best. If I don't see a dead body, they're not dead. Exactly. And when we saw Stu, he was not dead. He was making noise. He was still moving around. He twitched. Yeah, absolutely. Jamar says, agreed. We should be allowed to have different options or opinions and still have discussions. Nobody is right. It's all fun and unique points of view. Absolutely. It's subjective. Art it's okay. It's all right. And we are going to have to unfortunately start winding down here. I just realized what time it is. Man, this time goes by so fast, bro. It really does.
It really does.
It's so much fun. We really haven't even dug into Scream 6 a whole lot, but it's been a fun day, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the conversation. I've enjoyed everyone's chats. I'm catching up now, trying to. I love the conversation in the chat, man. It's so cool to see everyone. That's what a community does, man. See, it's actually there's real conversing. There's visiting with each other. It's so fun, man. I just love this thing. I feel so blessed. I wanted to say I feel genuinely blessed to be in this position, to be able to have a community, a platform that I can click a button to go live and 40 people care enough about what I have to say and want to be a part of it that they spend their Saturday for an hour and a half with me. That is incredible. It really is humbling, and I'm so grateful. And Eric, I'm so grateful that you're here and spending time with me on your day, on your Saturday.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, man.
It's so great. Maverick, this is a true story. He's told it before on a stream, but he actually did have a TV smash his head, and he's doing just fine. So, he's literal.
I got electrocuted. So
that's right. You had the whole. Yeah, you did. You told that story, which is incredible too. Oh, and real quick, you know what else is incredible, man? Super chats. Amber coming in with a $2 super chat. Hey, says thank you, Craven. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Amber. I'm so happy for you and Nate. It's so cool how that all happened. It's great. Yeah, I can literally tell people I bring relationships. I bring people together. I bring love connections together on this channel. How many horror channels can bring love connections where in real life where people actually now are living together? That is incredible, man. I mean, that to me, that's like, it's amazing.
It is.
But you know what? Remember that movie? I know you remember the movie. Everyone knows the movie, Field of Dreams.
Oh,
Field of Dreams. Remember what the tagline was?
If you build it, they will come.
I mean, I built the channel, and people are coming together. So I love that. Thank you, Amber. That's so generous of you. And also, speaking of generosity, the real Michael Myers sprung in $5 super chat. Thank you so much. If Stu comes back, you think his parents are still mad at him? Oh, dude. Oh, that's awesome. Eric, what do you think, man?
I think mother, I think the love of a mother, even from what I've seen with like real life people, is always still there. The father, yes. I think his dad has probably disowned him, but his mother still loves him and has forgiven him.
You know, that makes sense to me, man, because there's something about, I'm a father, and I can never imagine my daughter doing anything, no matter what it was, that I would not love her. I can't think of one. However, having said that, a mother's love is a really, like, it's like another level, even though I don't think I could ever not love my daughter in any scenario. I know what you're saying, because the mother's love, there's just something about that relationship that is, I don't know what it is, man, but it's real, and I've experienced it in my life. I mean, I had a great relationship with my dad. I mean, he was like my best friend. Seriously, we were really close. But I know my mom, and he would have done anything in the world for me. I know that. So, but there was still something about when your mom looked at you, or your mom said something to you. You know what I'm saying? There's that. Anyway, for me, anyway, it was just I relate to what you're saying, and so I think Stu's mom 100% be there with him in his corner. He'd be like, "Mom, I really need to kill today. Well, son, let me go find someone for you. I'll bring him back home." No, I don't know about that, but
maybe they got the Dexter relationship going on, where it's like she finds the bad people and he takes care of them.
Yes, bingo. That's what I could see happening completely. Oh my gosh, you know what? I think that even though they might be mad at him for being a bad boy and killing people, I think you can't break that love, man. That unconditional love. It's there. All right, so we got 2 super chats that have come through here. Let me get a couple of clips here. We need to get some clips out here as we wrap up. Oh man, let's see here. Also, real quick before I do the clips, I'm just trying to. I'm skipping forward because we're out of time. But I do see Blucka had a question. He says, "What if Lillard doesn't want to come back because of the Nev drama? Would you be able to accept them recasting Stu, or just leave him dead at that point?" It's a great question. Now, I was asked actually someone in my Stu videos, leaving comments on that today. I literally left a comment before the live stream, not exactly like that, Blucka, but it was a similar type of situation saying, they were just saying, Lillard's never coming back. Oh, it was on Twitter. Lillard's never coming back because of the whole thing with Nev. And my response was, and it fits here too, is that, look, Nev herself has on record saying she's willing to come back. And she's the one that was wronged. And she's already saying, I'll come back. If it's the right offer, I'd love to come back. I don't think I'm done with Sydney. She said that.
I think we look at this differently as fans. For them, it's business. This is
business.
Work.
Exactly, man.
Like we're putting a lot of emotion into it as fans, but
yep.
I don't think Sydney's putting Nev. I don't think Nev and Matthew or even David at this point are putting emotions into it. They're looking at it from a business perspective because this is their livelihood.
That's right.
And I mean, I'm going to be honest. I understand where Nev's coming from in this side of things, but I mean, Courtney is already back. So, I mean, that shows you. And David said he'd come back if he said in the interview, how did he phrase it? I think he said something like, people are always coming back in these movies when they asked him about coming back as Dewey. So he's willing to come back. I don't think there's anything stopping David or stopping Matthew from coming back. If Nev, now while Nev, if they slight Nev again and try to get him when Nev isn't there, that maybe. But I think if they write the story properly and make him a good offer, I think he'll be there.
I think so too, man. I really do. I think that's and like I said, the moment that Nev went on record saying, "I don't think the chapter is over with Sydney," and that with the right offer, I would consider it. When I saw that, I'm like, okay, that kind of gives to me a green light to everyone else to say it's okay. Like if they're worried about the friendship thing, like are they going to be worried about? Do they want to go back? Like if it was you and me, right? If something happened and you came to my defense, like, how dare they not take care of Steven or pay him what he's owed? And then they call you and say, like, "Hey, Eric, I want to bring you in I want to revise your role as Stu," or whatever. And the first thing might be thinking, "Oh gosh, I don't want to offend my friend. Like I don't want my friend to." But of course, like you say, this is not emotion. This is business. And so I almost guarantee you, Nev would have already reached out to them and said, "Hey, look, if you can get back in there, go. Don't let me stop you because they need to feed their families." What Matthew Lillard always says that at these conventions, right? He's like, "Thank you for these conventions. They help feed our families." And he said, "I haven't worked in 10 months. He said in April, "I hadn't worked in 10 months yet now that he's not at a movie gig." So you mean to tell me if they call and say, "Hey man, we're going to pay you $500,000 or $1 million even to come back." I mean, that may be even lowballing, but I'm just saying, whatever. You're going to turn down, $1 million paycheck to come on, man. I mean, I think you said it perfectly, man. We do look at it through a different lens as fans because we are so heavily invested in the emotional side versus these actors who, again, it's work. It's getting a gig. It's like being a musician. You're getting a gig. It's a job. You go perform. And yeah. So I think Blucka, I would not want to recast. I'll just say that right now. Just saying no. I would never want him recasted. In that scenario, if Matthew really said no, I'm not coming back, then you got to leave him dead. My book. I'm not
going to say leave him dead. Yeah,
well, no, I said that too soon. But yeah, I didn't mean that like that. I meant you got to leave him unseen. That's what I mean. Like not coming back.
I have one thought on this. One question.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard's children. Does he have sons or daughters?
He's got oh my gosh, I used to know this. I think he's got a daughter. You know what? I don't know. I don't want to misquote. I have to look it up. I'm not sure.
I'm just thinking if he had a son and they wanted to do something prequel wise or something where they wanted to show Stu around the same age as he was in the first one, I would
Okay.
be okay if they cast Matthew Lillard's son to play a young version of him.
Okay.
Kind of like they did with James Gandolfini when they did the prequel to Sopranos. They got James Gandolfini's son to play a younger version of it.
I didn't think about that, man. I didn't think about that.
I would be okay with that because they could usually the child is going to look a little bit like them, and then they could use a little bit of CGI to add on
Billy,
to it.
like Billy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would be okay if they did something like that. But short of that, I don't think I would want. I'd say let's just leave Stu out of the storyline.
Agreed. Yes, because I do not believe he's dead, and I want to be. And for those of you who are like, oh, I'm going to go back that out where he said I'm going to leave him dead. I got you. He is not dead.
Someone's going to do it, man. Someone's going to cut that. You know who it's going to be? It's going to be Fate.
Oh gosh! Oh, if Fate finds out about this, he'll clip that out and say proof that Stu is dead from Craven Something Scary. He'll do a short. He'll put a short video out on it. You wait and see. No, and now watch Bluck or some of you guys are gonna go run over to Fate and say, Fate, you got to go grab this. No, don't do that, guys. Come on now. It was a misspoken phrase.
Someone's writing down the time code so they can go clip it themselves.
Real quick, looks like another super chat's coming through here. Hold on, hang on. Let me get that. Got to make sure we get that in. Michael Myers, the real Michael Myers, with a $2 super chat again, saying there's drama with Nev. What's the deal? Well, I mean, I'm assuming you're being sarcastic or funny, but I don't want to assume. So I'm sure you are, though. But if you're not, it's okay. If you're not, we're specifically talking about the salary debacle where she's come out and basically called the studio heads, the executives that are controlling this sexist. And if she had been a man, she would have gotten paid properly. I mean, she really, dude, she didn't hold back. She's fried them, bro.
So there, just to clarify, if you're not being sarcastic, she was offered a role in Scream 6 and a salary. What was it? What was the suspected amount? Like $4 million or something?
I think it was $2 million, bro.
$2 million. Anyway, she was offered a part in Scream 6, and they offered her a certain amount of money. She didn't feel it was what she is deserving of, being the face of the franchise for so long. She turned it down and has since come out and said some stuff like Craven said, where she was saying that if she was a man in the face of a franchise like that, she would have been offered a lot more.
Right.
And that's the drama. So that's the drama. And based on that, that's why that's the reason we're not expecting to see Sydney in Scream 6. Right.
Yep. She's not supposed to. They originally wanted her. What the rumor was, and I think it was pretty strong, was that they wanted her for a cameo in 6 and a larger role in 7 is what she was offered. But she wasn't offered enough. In her words, she was not offered the value that she brought to the franchise. And that she did an interview a month later and doubled down on it and said that she just could not step foot on the set feeling that she's being taken advantage of. I'm like, dude, she's like,
interesting because she was supposedly on the set.
Well, I not for 6. Well, there was a rumor. I did a video on it, but that was not Nev Campbell with that walkie-talkie and headset. That was like, did you see that image, dude? I'm like, come on, man. Just sit out there with a headset on and a walkie-talkie. Right. Come on now.
Hiding in plain sight, as they say.
It's all a part of the illusion. That's right. Like, let's go put headphones on her. No one will figure it out. Anyway, Rub Michael Myers, that's what's going on with Nev, man. That's what's going on. It's craziness. And before we head out, guys, just want to say Maverick says modern day Chuck Woolery. Now, see, I get that reference. Some of the young folk in here may not know who that is, including Eric, as I can see on his face. He's not.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna have to go look it up.
You Google Chuck Woolery. He actually hosted Love Connection, the game show called in like the 70s and 80s called Love Connection, where they would meet people like blindly and they would pick one to date with. It was a dating show. Yeah.
Not the dating game though.
No, it's called Love Connection.
Okay.
Yeah. And the dating game is like that too. Check it out. Check out Chuck Woolery. You'll see. You Google it. Nelly says, Craven, you're one sly Cupid mother. Well, thank you, man.
Mother lover.
Mother lover. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. All right, guys. There's and Night Owl says, I work in the industry. It's true. Most of it is just another job. Absolutely. It's exactly what it is. Like whatever field you're in, like for those of you who are working right now, think about what field you're in. It could be whatever it is, doesn't matter. And that's the way these actors feel, like it's work. It's you're going to work. You log in every day, or you go in to punch your card, or you go, whatever you do, you don't think of it as anything other than your job, right? It's like, this is just my job. This is what I do. It's my job. It doesn't mean you don't like it, or it doesn't mean that you do like it. It's just it's neutral. It's just your job. And that's what these actors, it's their job. They're just showing up to have a job. Hey, Jason, glad you're here, buddy. All right, guys, listen, there are so many more things here. I know we didn't get to. Okay, cool. Meyer says, I was not being sarcastic. I didn't know. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad we were able to share that with you then, man. Because yeah, it's and it's Sidney Prescott. It's Sidney Prescott. It's Sidney Prescott. I mean, do I need to say anything more? People, they should be getting what she's due. All right, guys, real quick, I promise you a super chat clip, and then we're going to say goodbye. Eric, I'll meet you backstage in like 30 seconds. And then what do we want to end with, man? We need a banger. We need a banger, dude. Wow.
I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with Bobos.
Bobos are good. Let's do that. We'll do a Bobos, and then then Moose and Toaster will take us out right after Bobo. So
sounds good.
Do you want thigh grabbing screamer, or do you want tongue flicking dancer?
I'm always a fan of thigh grabbing screamer. I don't know why that scream just like
it's just so good. Okay. I'm a fan too, buddy. All right, so everyone, here are our last two clips here. Then we'll say goodbye. Here we go. Bobo number 1, thigh grabbing.
I'm going to make your Bobo bounce right now.
You know what they say. You gotta risk it to taste the biscuit. Way to end it on a bang. Here we go.
There we go. That's my new closing clip. I got to start closing with that every show now. It's like perfect.
I think you do, man.
All right, everyone. You guys have been amazing. Darth, I see you're popping in. We're just about to head out, but please check out the replay. And Val, look at the General popping in. What's up, Val? Good to see you here.
Hey, General.
Good to see you as always. Check out the replay. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys are just coming in late. And also, if you've not hit that thumbs up button, guys, please do before you leave. It will help the stream get to more people in replay mode. And I just want to say goodbye to all of you. You guys are amazing. Denise, for everyone saying goodbye. What's up, Extron? Jason, have a good day. JT, thank you again, my friend. Once again, thank you so much for becoming a Craven Cup member today, man. That is incredible. I'll be riding that emotion all weekend, man, and even longer than that. But thank you so much. And for everyone that was able to give super chats, thank you. It helps the channel out. It helps keep the lights on for the channel. So greatly appreciate all of you doing that. And for everyone that was just here and in the chat and hanging out and having a good time, I want to thank you all for that as well. And my guest, Eric, if you've not subscribed to the Bearded Entertainment, please smash it. His channel link is in the description of this stream. Just go right down, scroll, hit it. It'll take you right to his channel to subscribe. And I will be back. I will not be streaming tonight. FYI, no Saturday night stream. But I'll be back Monday night for my normal 9:30 p.m. Central nighttime stream. So I will see you guys then, and on the Lethal Collective at 4:30 on Monday afternoon. I think I got it all covered. Woo. All right.
I think so.
Guys, I think that's it, man. Have a better day. And remember, guys, as you're going throughout your day today, whether you're at home, at work, it doesn't matter. Shopping at school, it doesn't, whatever, the library, if they even have those anymore. Yeah, they do. Wherever you're at today, do something to make someone else's day better, whether it be a smile, an encouraging word, buying them a coffee, it doesn't matter. Just something. I would encourage you to just, even if just one person today, do something to make their day better. And when you do that, you're going to make your day better as well. All right, guys. Much love to you all. I'll see you Monday, and have a great weekend. Adios, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Later, everyone.